So what I'm doing is I'm going house to house and presenting each award individually and trying to give as close as possible to the speech that I would have given at the banquet. And it's a good chance for us to see the kids again and to associate, ask them questions, and have a truly blessed day, as I was blessed to be able to coach them during this season in a sport that I love and I'm very passionate about. I guess you could say basketball runs in my blood. My grandfather played, my grandmother played, my father, he was a star athlete and played basketball, all the way down to me. That's me in JV and then eventually varsity basketball at Stonewall Jackson in Manassas. And I was really happy to be able to coach with Coach Boyce and given the opportunity with these great men and these great leaders to share our faith and our strength and our hope with the Centurions basketball program. I really enjoyed this year, and the boys were terrific. They were very family-oriented and faith-oriented, and that's what I love to see out of my players. My wife also, she was a tremendous support this entire season, and I couldn't have done it without the entire Centurions family there. This is one of my favorite quotes from Huon Ja. Through competition, we discover ourselves. It's not always about wins and losses, but how we improve throughout the season. And our team really did that. From the first game of the season where we lost by 24 points to the last game where we beat that same team by 1. It was really a David versus Goliath battle, and I'm so proud of how far we had come during that season.
This is a great way to end the season. We took that into the line. Literally, they got a guy 6'5", they threw that into the line. All right?
This wasn't just about basketball, though. It was about teaching these young men to grow in their faith in the Lord and also to display elements of integrity and good character. On Thursday night, we had guest ministry where various people came in and shared an inspirational message, and here's a few clips from that.
In God's partiality. Solomon said, if you wait for perfect conditions, you'll never get anything done.
You cleansed? Yes. So some people were there because they were looking for something spiritual, right?
As we think about the Bible and the truth of God's Word, and
what Christ finishes up, he says, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you.
That very passionate, and I love the game. Absolutely love it more than probably any other extracurricular activity I've ever done, period. I absolutely love the game of basketball.
As a first-year coach taking over this team and knowing that the previous year they had not won a game, I knew that I was up for a big challenge, but I had tremendous players, and it's not necessarily how good the players are, but how good they play as a team. And I really think these highlights show how we played as a team. We really shared the ball, and everybody enjoyed in each other's success. Here's a shot of Zach and Morgan saying, if you come into the paint, you're going to be met with resistance. This is a great assist from Niles to Joseph Mann for the shot to end the quarter. And a pass from Nathan to Wyatt for 3. Beautiful shot right there. This is Zach to Niles in the corner, who hits Joe on the wing. Joe sees an opportunity to take it to the basket, and he was almost unstoppable when he did that. This is a 3-pointer from Gabe. We saw a lot of that this year. And here's a pass from Joe to Gabe to Zach. What a great fast break right there. And here's a play where every single player on the team touches the ball. From Niles to Noah to Gabe, drops it down to Joe, and he gives it to Zach for an assist and an easy deuce right there. And here's a shot of us practicing our ball handling at practice. This segment is going to be dedicated to interviews and awards that were given to the players. The awards Best Offense went to Niles Parker. He was our point guard, the floor general, and he got it going. And any team that tried to press us found out real quick that he could break a press by himself and leave them at a severe disadvantage on the defensive end. Now, while he didn't score a lot of points, he was definitely a threat to score at all times. And offense isn't just about points. It's about making the entire team better. and he definitely did that. Best defense went to Gabe Drown. Whenever there was a player on the other team who was their leading scorer, I would just put Gabe on him and say, do your thing, buddy. And he would always shut that player down, or at least hold them to a minimum amount of points and make the rest of their team beat us. Most improved player, without a doubt, was Morgan. From the way he started off the season to the way he ended, he went from pretty much being on the bench for most of the game to at the end of the season, he even started a couple games. He improved so much. Heart and Hustle Award went to Noah Bushman. And Noah, he's got the heart and the hustle, and he will give you everything he's got on every single play, and you love to have a player like that. Brothers Keeper went to Zach Fitz, and Zach is one of those guys that he's just a natural leader, and his communication skills are outstanding, and he's always looking out for everybody else on the team and trying to help them any way that he can. And our most valuable player is, without a doubt, Joseph Gresham. He led us in every major statistical category, and I always knew that if he was on the floor, we had a chance to beat anybody that we faced.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing? Good. Nice ears, man. And you got a tail too?
Oh yeah.
How you guys doing? Also the colorful character of the team, and always kept guys laughing and smiling, even at times when he wasn't supposed to.
I ride dirt bikes, and also I hunt, which is basically the same thing as archery. And I do football.
What about baseball? You're a third baseman?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And he plays the piano. He's a man of many talents.
Yep.
Am I going to be able to land this joke or not? And that just goes to show that it is a little bit more to it than most people think. You know, you watch it on TV, but then when you actually get in there and people are saying things like 2-3 defense, zone press, backdoor cuts, I mean, these are all foreign concepts to somebody in their first year. But Zach, you really were like a sponge, and you absorbed all that we had to teach you. And I noticed from day one until the last day of the season that you really improved and grew as a player. And I hope that we were instrumental in helping you do that. And he seems a little bit shocked right now, and I understand that, because most people associate offense with scoring points. But you can't score any points if you don't get the ball past half court. And Niles, his ball handling skills are amazing. Now, there are times as a coach when I wish that basketball teams consisted of 6 players instead of 5, because Morgan was right there. He was that 6th man, but he was always great at coming in off the bench and giving us good minutes and really helping the team. And there was a point in the season where I couldn't keep him on the bench to start the game. He actually started a couple games for us. And I'm telling you, his defense was tremendous. He could play all 5 positions, from the point guard all the way to center, and he has in our games played all 5 positions. So he's a true utility man, and he has a great attitude, and he's a great player. And Morgan, I just want to congratulate you, present you with the 2020 Most Improved Player Award.
Thank you.
Also, if I see somebody that has inherent leadership qualities like he does, and does it in a way that is assertive yet respectful at the same time, you don't just teach that. People inherently have that, and he has inherently been given that God-given gift of leadership. Whether he wants that or not, it's a different story. This is Joe Gresham, the younger brother of Jacob. And Joe, throughout the season, it was obvious he was the best player on the team. He led our team in every major statistical category: points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. I don't even know what any other categories are, but if there was one, he probably led us in that too. But there were some times where I wanted to put my hands around his neck, and then there were some times that I wanted to just give him a big bear hug. And that's the whole relationship you have as a coach and a player, especially the star player. The coach always wants to push that player as much as he can push him to get the most out of that player's talent. And the player either cowers in fear or responds with courage. And Joseph, you definitely responded in courage to being coached. And Gabe's probably 5'8".
Yeah, that's giving me some.
Yeah, about 5'8", guarding a guy at 6'5", holds him to 4 points for the entire game. That's impressive. And because it's so impressive, I thought you were the best candidate to receive the Best Defensive Player of the Year award on our team. So I'd like to present you with this award. Hold it up, smile. That's the Heart and Hustle Award. And the Heart and Hustle Award, it doesn't go to the guy who scores the most points, it doesn't go to the guy who has the most assists, has the most rebounds. It goes to the guy who gives everything he has on every single play. I had such a great time this year and have so many great memories. So I wanted to know what each player's favorite memory was from this past season, and here's what they had to say.
Probably my first game, because like I had no clue what I was doing, and I was literally just going in there and trying to get the ball and shoot.
My question to you is, what is your most memorable moment of the season?
When I stole the ball from you.
Oh my goodness.
Under the basket.
Under the basket, where I had the ball and Jamie just grabbed it and just ripped it out of my hands. And I said, now that's the type of play that we need during the game right there. You see a guy hold the ball out like that, you just take it from him, and it's all right.
Just getting to know everyone.
It was probably the very first practice I walked in, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have a great team. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, he's starting, he's probably gonna start. I was like, I might not even start this year.
Well, like when we did a travel game, we like stayed at a hotel, getting to like hang out with our friends and things, and we had some tough games, and when we beat the Flames.
Probably when we went to the academy where I got my three-pointer.
Yeah.
It was the very first game that a middle school has ever won, so I was excited for winning our very first game.
I remember that one time, I think it was overtime, that Joe drove, gave me the pass, and I threw up, and then
that was a game winner.
That one was a great play when me and Joe could win that. That was like one of my favorite things to do, like the play me and Joe had, just drive and kick. That was probably one of my favorite plays all season.
Well, no.
I think my favorite memory is when we won the game against the Flames. Yeah, and by 1 point, that was amazing. that was fun.
Well, probably at the end of the last game, the one that you call a championship, when we dribbled out the ball and won by like one in the last quarter. Yeah, that was probably my favorite.
That last game with the Flames was a great game. How everybody was very, like, they all wanted to be part of the team. They all played very hard, and it was great. The last game to beat the people that like beat us really badly our first game. And
that's how you take down a Goliath. And just when you thought the video was over, we've got some bloopers and outtakes for you to leave you with a smile on your face and laughter in your heart. Thank you for sharing this time with us and this banquet. We couldn't have asked for a better group of people to share it with. Take care and God bless. All right, during this video, on the other side of this camera was my wife, Noelle, who was very supportive and instrumental.
I am.
Great.
I'm ready.
That's what I want to hear.
Let's get started.
Go Centurions!
Yeah!
Am I going to be able to land this joke or not? I wonder how many people that we call and say that we're about to come over just go into a frantic house cleaning mode. Got it, Jake. Am I going to be able to land this joke or not? Well, baby got a little hangry, so we stopped at Chipotle, get some Mexican eat. It was good.
It was. Hi.
How you doing? Good. Nice ears, man. Am I going to be able to land this joke or not? Wayne, you ready?
Yep.
Hello, once again, I'm here and handing out awards for the NVHAA middle school boys basketball team. Here.
Let's get started.
Go Centurions!
Yeah!